welcome to Breaking Into Tech. I'm really excited because this week we have Jennifer, and she is an employee at Sabio, and she's talking about something new that they're doing where they're gonna start working with high school students and share about what Sabio is doing, and maybe that's a good opportunity for kids who aren't quite ready for college or are looking for something different. So I'm really excited about this interview. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, Amanda. I'm excited to be here.
So before we find out about what you're doing at Sabio, let's learn a little bit about you. Tell us about your background, and we'll start there.
Yeah, well, hi, everyone. As Amanda said, I'm Jen, and I'm currently an admissions counselor here at Sabio. Prior to working here, I spent many years working in higher education, working in admissions, and really helping students navigate the transition from high school to college.
That's awesome. And I was reading the questions and I got distracted. So you said that you were working in higher education. Yeah. How did you switch over to Sabio?
Yeah, that's a great question. So, I was looking for a new challenge in my career, looking to expand my horizons, and I saw the job posting on LinkedIn. And then after speaking with both the founders, Gregorio and Liliana, it became clear that this would truly be an awesome opportunity to help students achieve their dream careers in tech. And they graciously gave me a position on the team.
That's awesome. So what exactly do you do at Sabio?
Yeah, so in my current role as an admissions counselor, I work with prospective students, and that includes recent high school graduates. My job is to really help them throughout the admissions process by answering their questions, educating them on our wonderful program, and really guiding them through each step of the enrollment process.
That's really great. I think it's really great to have so many great resources to help people as they work to attend the boot camp. So what type of students are you guys looking for now that, you're still focused on people who've graduated or who are, looking for something, who are a little bit older, but why the switch to like high school students, and what exactly are you looking for in these students?
Yeah, so as always, we recruit adult learners. We love working with our adult learners, but we would also want to broaden our horizons and work with some incoming recent high school graduates as well. College is expensive. It's the honest truth. And we feel that a boot camp can provide such a wonderful opportunity to the students for less time, less money. And to answer your question and what kind of students that we're looking for, we're looking for students who are motivated and are dedicated to achieving their goals. Our program, it is immersive, it can be intense, and we want students who are really ready to either jumpstart their career in tech or really just passionate about developing their skill set. It's okay if students haven't coded before. They don't need prior experience. We're going to give them the tools to thrive throughout the program. They really just need to have the motivation to succeed.
Yeah. Well, it is a really tough program, so it makes sense that you would need to have that, focus and structure and that motivation to get through the program, because it's not an easy program. It's a lot of work and a lot of challenges come through that. So what you said, college is expensive, so that's kind of one reason why high school students should consider attending a coding boot camp. But is there like other reasons outside of that?
Yeah, so I'd say again, money's a big one, but also time. So just to kind of speak more on that topic, a 4-year degree on average costs about $35,000 a year. That's on average in the US. So by the end of the 4-year degree, students have spent on average $140,000, and that's a lot of money. Sabio's tuition, it's a fraction of the cost. It's only $15,000, and we're actually doing a special summer scholarship where for students who enroll over the summer, they're eligible for a $3,500 scholarship opportunity. So that makes our program even more affordable for students, which is truly wonderful. And yes, it saves you time. A bachelor's degree is going to take you 4 years, while our program is only 4 months. So if students know what they want to do and they are passionate about jumpstarting a career in tech, Sabio allows that to happen faster and for far less money.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That's awesome. and especially the time thing, because not only are you spending those 4 years getting your
Mhm.
degree, you also, after the end of 4 months, you can get a job and start getting paid, so, like, the
Mhm.
benefits are, like, twofold of, like,
Yeah,
4 years of not getting paid because you're not a college graduate instead of 4 months, and then you're a Sabio graduate and you can get a good job as a software engineer.
exactly. Mhm.
So, what should parents look for in their kids when considering a boot camp? Because,
Yeah.
high school students, their parents are still really involved. So,
Hey,
this is a great conversation for parents as well.
yeah, no, I completely agree. That's a really great question. So I would say just go back to my earlier answer that students need to be motivated and they need to be driven. Like you said, Amanda, it's a hard program. So you need to have that motivation to excel. And if as a parent, you see that your student has those qualities along with the desire to really further their skill set or establish a tech career, I'd say a coding boot camp like Sabio could be a great fit.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So, what are I lost my place.
No, you're good.
So one thing that I've heard a lot about is students considering a gap year after
Hmm.
high
Yeah.
school instead of going straight to college
Yes.
or, into a boot camp. So what are your guys' thoughts about if kids should do a gap year before either going to
Mhm.
college or attending a boot camp?
Yeah, so I would say that gap years provide the opportunity for young adults to really develop valuable skills and experiences that you can't really get in a classroom setting. For example, at our boot camp, Sabio allows students to get hands-on experience working for a startup company as part of their program. That's huge. Employers are really looking for tangible skills, and that's not something you can necessarily get in a classroom setting. So taking that gap year and using it as a time to go to a boot camp can be really beneficial. It just really allows them to stand out.
So using that gap year to get your education furthered by attending a boot camp, and then after,
Yeah.
and that's just 4 months of the whole year, so you still have other times to do, like, travel and other
Mhm.
exploration things, and you get that experience before starting. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. It's also just a great way to step out of your comfort zone, a little bit and tackle a new challenge.
Yeah. Are there any other additional resources to support younger students, especially those out of high school, that Sabio is working to offer?
So, yeah, I would just encourage students to schedule a meeting with either myself or one of my colleagues. Our job as admissions counselors is really to help you throughout this process, answer your questions, and really help you determine is this the right fit for you? So, if you are considering this opportunity, maybe just have questions about boot camps, about software engineering, please schedule a one on one meeting with an admissions counselor so we can really take the time to learn more about you and determine if this is a good fit for you and your goals.
Yeah, because you want it to be a good fit for the student, and
Yeah,
so there's a lot of back and forth conversation and not just, "Okay, just dive in." You have to figure out if they're right for the program and if they're
exactly.
a good fit. Okay, that makes a lot
Mhm.
of sense. So, what resources does Sabio offer that you think people interested in software engineering should know about?
Yeah, so this goes for recent high school grads or adult learners. We offer amazing career services. We provide resources and tools that students need to find employment. Everything from resume reviews to mock interviews, going over those hard hitting questions, teaching students how to negotiate salary, and get a salary that they really deserve. We even pair students with an alumni mentor who's already successfully gone through the program and can share their experience, really help them throughout the job search process. And I think the best thing about these career services is that, yes, we really focus on them the last 2 weeks of the program, but they're a lifelong service. Students can always come back to Sabio for help down the line in their career. And I think that's really wonderful. It's a strong alumni community as well. So I think the career services are paramount.
Yeah, in these interviews, when I've talked to graduates, the alumni support programs and the
Mhm.
programs leading up from, like, at the end of graduation when we start, sending out resumes and working on interviews
Mhm.
and all the support that they have along the way, I think it really helps set apart Savio's program from other boot
Yeah.
camp programs because you have that. And I mean, the alumni talk about that, like, community that's there, that they can
Yes.
reach out and talk to people, and they're not on their own, and they can always reach back to it if they need it, so I think it's really great. Yeah. Yeah, that's not just for high school students, that's for everybody.
Yeah, everyone can benefit from that, and they should.
Yeah, so why is Sabio a great option for students who are looking to
Yeah.
expand their career?
Yeah, so I think in addition to everything that I just mentioned, the fact that we offer hands-on experience really sets our program apart from a traditional college degree. You know, during the program, students complete an apprenticeship where they work for a real startup company building out their platform as part of a team project. This is where they get to take all the knowledge that they've acquired and really put it into practice. It looks super impressive on their resume to future employers, and it can even serve as a networking opportunity. From what I hear from our alumni, nothing is more valuable in this field than tangible experience.
Yeah, from when I've done other interviews with graduates, they've talked about like the shift of like, they're learning to code,
Yeah.
and then they get to take everything that they've learned
Mm-hmm.
and put it into practice for this company. They also have something that they can put on their resume, on their LinkedIn profile,
Yeah.
showing that they've worked with a company. And like, that's valuable. So many people
Mm-hmm.
who graduate from college don't have any, like, either they have like a experience doing a job that's not related to their field, or
Right.
they don't have anything and they go into the career field and they're like, what's going on? But I feel like, the stand-ups
Yeah.
and everything that's offered is so important.
Yeah, I completely agree. We've even had students who have gotten their college degree have come to Sabio for the reason, and they have majored in like areas like computer science, but they came here because they were missing the tangible experience, and employers were looking for that, and it was hard to find a job without it.
Yeah, it's such a valuable tool that I
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's something that a lot of colleges, some colleges have like internship programs, but
Right.
a lot
Mm-hmm.
of them don't. And it is really hard to get your foot in the door when you don't have that hands-on experience of working in a job in the career field that you're trying to do. And so I think it's great that the boot camp includes both, the learning, the coding, but
Yeah.
also what it's like to do in the real world.
Mm-hmm.
So what resources does Sabio offer after graduation? We talked a little bit about this,
Yeah.
but in case we missed anything, is there anything else?
No, I think career service is definitely the strongest resource that we offer, and that alumni network. I've spoken with our alumni, and it gives them such joy to come back to Sabio and become the mentor. They receive so much help from their mentor, and now they get to give back to somebody else. And I think our alumni community and the career services that we have are so strong here. I'm always impressed by it. So I think that would be the biggest resource that we offer. And again, it's lifelong. So a lot of schools and a lot of boot camps, they can't say the same thing, that they offer
Right.
this service for the entire career of a person.
Yeah, and the mentorship is so important
Yeah.
because I love how like they were able to get help from a mentor, and then,
Mm-hmm.
they get a job and then they're able to pass that along, and it's like a
Yeah.
waterfall effect of,
Mm-hmm.
people helping people, and then that builds a stronger community. And I think it's really great. I love the mentorship, that apprenticeship program to like
Yeah.
match you with someone so that you're
Uh,
not alone, because it can be really overwhelming to,
yeah.
get a job and start looking for a job. And I remember I interviewed someone in the past few weeks, and he was talking about how he like bombed the first interview, and he was
Oh
like,
no.
I just wasn't prepared. But then he was able to get help from his mentor and be
It's
better
amazing.
prepared. Yeah. And I think that's just shows how valuable of a tool it is, because I think you can
Mm.
have all the knowledge and then you can like freeze because you're nervous or just not be prepared for the questions. And it's part of the process of learning how to do the
Yeah.
interviews and take those skills you've learned and transfer them in a new way.
Yeah, because it happens. We've all messed up on interviews. We've all gotten nervous. But to be able to now go back to career services and to your alumni mentor and be like, this is what went wrong. This is the question I didn't know how to answer. How can you help me? And to get that direct feedback right away, I think is so helpful.
Very helpful. Yeah. So, what advice would you give to someone who's considering a career in software engineering?
Yeah, I'd say don't wait. This is a growing field with so many opportunities. My advice would be to start your training as soon as you can so you can build your career in tech and truly reap the rewards.
Yeah, and if you're a high school graduate and you're
Hmm.
trying to figure out like what's next, do you have any specific advice for them? Like,
Yeah.
is there like training they can do before to see if coding is right for them? Because I know as like a 17, 18-year-old,
Yeah.
you you might not even know, like, we're talking about coding, you might not even know what that is. So,
Right.
like, are there resources out there that students can
Mhm.
use before they make the monetary commitment into
Yeah.
coding?
So Sabio offers free courses, which is really nice. And I would say that if you are a recent high school graduate, you haven't coded before, you're just not really sure if it's something that you enjoy, we have a free HTML and CSS course on our website. This is a great introductory course to take, get some experience with coding, some foundational knowledge, and really, yeah, just learn, is this something that you enjoy? And then another great thing to do is, yeah, just talk to one of the admissions counselors. Let us know what your hesitations are, your worries, and we can have an honest conversation about whether or not that this would be a good choice for you.
Yeah, yeah. So we have that support.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I like that we have a comment, so I'm gonna pull it up here. For sure, a challenging program and totally worth the rewards. If you know anyone interested in coding, help them get connected to Jen. She's wonderful. So
Thank
thank
you,
you so
Ali.
much. I just I saw it and I was like, we have to throw it up on the screen because it was such a nice
Oh no,
comment.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
So I want to ask one
Mhm.
last
Yeah.
question. What is your favorite part of your job at Sabio?
No, I love that question. I'd say it's working with students and helping them throughout the enrollment process. It's truly so rewarding to help someone achieve their educational goals, knowing it's going to open up the doors to so many opportunities and allow them to build their career. Being a part of that is incredibly fulfilling.
Yeah, that makes so much sense. I mean, I think just hearing the stories from like veterans and then
Yeah.
veterans of the program, and then I've also talked to other employees, and they've talked about how they're able to give back and help people, and I
Mhm.
think that's just really a great part of what Sabio is doing, and it makes the boot camp process even more exciting.
Yeah.
Still challenging, but
Mhm.
more. If someone is looking to get in contact with you, how would they be able to reach out to you, or should they go to the website? What's the best way to get a hold of you?
That's a great question. So you can email me. Can I use the chat? Does that work for me to use?
Yeah, you can use the chat. You just have to make sure you're not on the private chat.
Oh,
So,
here, I don't know if I can. I'm just going to spell it. So it's
okay.
Jennifer at sabio.la.
Okay, and I will add that once we're done. I don't want to try and type and do the interview, but once we're done, I'll go into LinkedIn and to YouTube and make
Oh,
sure that it's updated so that people can get a hold of you easily.
thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. And then I'm just really thankful for the information that you shared today, and I really hope that it helps people who are considering, parents who are
Mhm.
considering, young students who are considering to just dive into the opportunities that Sabio has available for them. So thank you so much for your time.
Oh, you're very welcome. And thank you for having me, Amanda.